The next question is for Bill Dunham, who writes the correction police section of Review of the News. Bob has raised the matter, Bill, of capital punishment, people taking the law into their own hands. There are a lot of people, a lot of ways to take the law into your own hands. One is to be a murderer and a thief and to go out with a gun and shoot somebody for their property. Handguns have become a huge issue in this country, a false issue, an issue created by the radical media. But it's become a serious problem for the Congress. It's become a serious problem for conservatives who are battling to stop this advanced madness that's labeled gun control. I wonder if you'd comment on it just briefly, Bill.
Well, I think, excuse me, there has been an obvious pattern in recent years that when a well-known public figure meets his death at the hand of an assailant, that the weapon used is singled out as the culprit rather than the assailant, than the criminal. This, of course, is true with the attempted assassination of George Wallace, where the man who has allegedly committed the crime is being given every benefit, but the gun that he used is being pointed out as the real criminal. Senator Birchbuy's committee has just reported a bill out from the Senate, on the Senate side, to ban what they call the Saturday night special. And in the House, Congressman Agner Mikva from Illinois and some of his colleagues are pushing for similar legislation. The National Rifle Association printed a study conducted by the government itself, by the way, by, I believe, some aspect of the Treasury Department, on handguns. And what they did was to take a whole series of handguns manufactured here in this country of all quality and all size, all caliber, and submitted them all to the same tests, firing a certain number of rounds, number one, firing a certain number of rounds in a given length of time. And the results of the test showed that it is scientifically impossible at this time to differentiate between the so-called Saturday night special and the much more expensively manufactured handguns. The point made by the National Rifle Association in their magazine and in their editorial about this is that banning the Saturday night special is a propaganda ploy, and it should be looked upon as such. There have been articles in the Review of the News on it. If any of you are huntsmen and sportsmen, I suggest that you become familiar with the literature available from the National Rifle Association. But keep in mind that the gun is not the culprit, the criminal is, and any and all legislation on this subject should be directed at criminal justice, as Bob Lee has pointed out, not at the instrument itself.
Thank you.